Welcome to the Daily Agenda. Well, the fallout and the aftershock from Tommy Robinson's so-called state visit to Israel has been a real eye-opener, hasn't it? Yes, of course. And perhaps he doesn't even realise the extent of the damage that he's actually done to himself on this tour. Clearly, his most ardent supporters don't realise this at all. They claim, oh no, Tommy's support has gone through the roof. In actual fact, the public anger has gone through the roof without a doubt. No doubt about that at all. It's totally unequivocal here in Britain, where he was lambasted and attacked and told that there was a special place in hell for the Britain and the British because we, in essence, founded the State of Israel without any legal consent, of course, I might add. I made that point in the previous video and I'll make it again. But even with that, creating the State of Israel, it shows you the sheer ingratitude of these people. They still believe we have a special place in hell. There you go. There's a special place in hell for all traitors like Tommy Robinson and all Zionists, isn't there? Surely. Surely. That's what I would say. But in terms of the public relations disaster, and that's what this is, it is by far the biggest public relations disaster Tommy Robinson has ever inflicted on himself. Many people are actually saying that he was summoned to Israel, basically, to be ritually humiliated, attacked, mocked, and treated like a pathetic little puppet on a string. And he just behaved like a good little, slave, really. His performance has been absolutely appalling, really, at all times. Of course, he was joined by his faithful lackey, Liam Tufts, and in fact, even Andrew Gold got in on it as well, notably wearing an England shirt. Does Andrew Gold, therefore, himself a Jewish Zionist, not believe there's a special place in hell for Britain and the British? Permutations are endless, are they not? I think so. But anyway, what Tommy and his fanboys need to understand is that this tour has been an absolute disaster. Unmitigated, self-inflicted disaster of absolutely epic proportions. Bearing in mind, these are the people who talk up Tommy as though he's some sort of messiah fallen out of the clouds, basically, where they live on Cloud Cuckoo 9. Cloud 9 is its usual description, but living in Cloud Cuckoo land is right up there on Cloud 9 with the Tommy fanboys, because they're just not in touch with the reality of what's happened here. I've seen thousands and thousands of messages all over social media from people who've said, I used to support Tommy until he did this. I've seen thousands of other messages from people who attended the 13th rally and have now said they'll never go on another one again because of what he did in Israel, that he didn't stand up for Britain and for the British. And also, when prompted, when put on the spot about the British, well, it's not white people. See, he doesn't even regard the British as being white. Britishness is open to the entire world, according to Tommy, because he's just a universalist, isn't he? He's exactly what I've always accused him of being. An Israeli agent is what I accused him of. I've accused him of it for many years. I've also accused him of being ideologically a centre-left flag group conman, which is exactly what he is. I've accused him of being totally committed to mass immigration and diversity, which is totally true. These words come out of his own mouth, but he hides behind flagism. Okay? Or what other people call flag shagging, in the guttural sense, in the colloquial term. Absolutely, all of these accusations are legitimate, and Tommy has hidden behind all of these things, but in ideological terms, he really is centre-left. And he proves it every time he opens his stupid mouth, quite frankly. And what we have seen is the extent to which this weak little man will allow himself to be debased, ritually humiliated by his masters, held up as a pathetic, almost mindless, speechless little puppet, and when attacked, and when Britishness is attacked, he won't defend it. He'll just countersign it. Oh yeah, it's absolutely true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was going to say that myself, he said. Oh my goodness, honestly. Does he not understand the extent of the disaster that is inflicted on himself and his so-called movement? See, Tommy's never had a political movement. He had some street thugs, some football hooligans who backed him to the hill with the English Defence League. Sorry, it was the English and Jewish Defence League, wasn't it? Absolutely. Because that went out of vogue. And then, of course, it had to go back to the English Defence League. But there's a special place in hell for England and the English, or Britain and the British. It's one and the same thing, isn't it? Surely. And the simple truth is that despite the self-inflicted disaster, which I always believed was going to happen on this tour, in truth, we've shown Tommy for what he really is. Loads of people have accused him of being a pathetic Israeli agent for years, Mossad agent, call it whatever you will, Zionist troll puppet. But he's actually proved all of it. He's made mockery videos about it in the past. But this time he has shown up the real Stephen Lennon, Tommy Robinson. Now that's an interesting point, because lots of Irish people have been onto my YouTube channel and said, can you please stop calling him Irish? No, I'm afraid I can't do that. No, absolutely not. He's descended from Irish parents. He has an Irish passport. He has an Irish citizenship. He is therefore Irish, isn't he? Although he's regarded as, hilariously regarded as a British nationalist. I've never seen any British nationalism of any description in Tommy Robinson. Quite the opposite. The man absolutely foam and rants at the mouth about nationalism, particularly ethno-nationalism. And it's not white people. Remember that. It's not white people. When he talks about the British, when he's put on the spot, oh, it's not white people. No, it's anyone. It's not white people. No, the British aren't white people. I've got more non-white friends than white friends, innit, bruv? This is the real Tommy Robinson. We're seeing the real centre-left con man in action, and it has truly disturbed many people. Now, 40% of the people who went on the 13th rally last month didn't go there for Tommy Robinson. You can be absolutely certain if they hold another rally, that will have gone up to 50 to 60% wouldn't go for Tommy Robinson, or more likely tens of thousands of them won't turn up at all. Because Tommy has driven away a vast swathe of the support he once had. And there's no one to blame for it but himself. This tour of Israel, as predicted, has been an absolute public relations disaster, which couldn't have been choreographed and scripted better had it been planned in advance. But in actual fact, it was planned in advance, wasn't it? His puppet masters planned it in advance. Tommy, of course, didn't know. He just sat there and took it. And all of the times, he just played like the silly little boy, having a jog here, swimming in a pool there, drinking a cocktail there and a cocktail there, and probably a line of cocaine on the side. Because he can't live without cocaine either. The real issue is he addicted more to Israel than cocaine. I think it's Israel, in truth. Because he would never allow cocaine to talk to him in that manner, would he? Let's be honest. There's a special place in hell for cocaine. Now, Tommy really would be enraged by that, wouldn't he? Yes, mockery aside. And on the point that I should stop referring to him as being Irish, no, I most definitely won't do that. Absolutely not. But I am heartened to see that so many Irish people have actually come out and said, he's not Irish, we disown him, we don't want him. Good, that's right. He's not English. He's not British. We disown him, we don't want him. He lives in Spain, doesn't he? Well, maybe he should apply for Israeli citizenship, and they can ritually humiliate him all they want. In fact, they can whip him through the streets. And he'll just take it, won't he? Because that's what Tommy's paid to do. But obviously that won't happen. He'll be sent back here to conduct the next part of the plan. And this is a very interesting point. See, some people are totally and utterly switched on, and some are just completely brain dead. Now, I had a conversation with Dean Neal, who was once very close to Tommy. They're now diametrically opposites in ideological terms, and also moral terms as well, for the very reasons I've explained previously. And Dean said to me that he believes when Tommy comes back here, acting under orders, no doubt from Mossad and the Israeli regime, wait for it, he will escalate the campaign against Islamists to cause the maximum social disorder here in Britain. And he will do so primarily knowing, having been flagellated, ritually humiliated in Israel, he will do it primarily to try and recapture some sense of self-respect and honour, and of course continued support from his lemmings. But the rest of us, believe me, we haven't fallen for it. We've seen through it, and we should celebrate the fact that this has been an unmitigated disaster of the highest order. However, I dare say this, an even bigger disaster is about to unfold. You heard it here. You probably heard it here first and foremost. Please remember that fact, because, everything happens for a reason. And this is not a laughing point. Absolutely not. These people are up to some very, very serious misdeeds in terms of their plotting and political connivance. Very Machiavellian. And Tommy is just a willing puppet on the stage. It's all just a grotesque pantomime at the end of the day. But we're going to have to see just how grotesque it's going to become. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Agenda. I'll see you again later.